Okay, ready?
No, I just took a bite.
Okay.
I put jalapenos and cheese on my steak. It's so good and it's so spicy and it's just like the
Makes you
meal.
feel good inside.
Yeah, the meals they feed us here. Like,
Okay. Well, I guess that's our cue to start. Welcome to the Crazy Nut Podcast with your two favorite crazy nuts, Victoria
and Ellie,
and Ellie. Thank you for saying your name. Um, I'll be honest, I never thought we would actually start this podcast. I'm glad to be here.
me too. This has been an exciting journey. Took us about 10 minutes to get this started.
Listen. Okay, we're low tech over here. We're on a Zoom call. We are at least 12 states away from one another.
We're gonna have to fact check that.
I please don't because I don't I'm not very good at geography. Well, it's at least right because there's the 13 colonies, so I'm at least somewhere in the ballpark
This is like that same question when you asked me to name all the continents.
to name all the continents, and we couldn't name all seven.
You told me which one you forgot,
I forgot
and
Africa.
then
Yeah.
and then I repeated to say all six except for the one that you literally told me that you forgot.
Yeah.
So I forgot
Well,
it too. Okay.
this is a weird start to a podcast, but
All
so
right.
far, if you can't tell, this is more for us than it is for our viewers. But if you're listening, we're more than happy for you to be here listening to our nonsense.
More than happy.
Yeah. Ellie and I
Stop.
have a lot of crazy stuff that happens to us, and we just want a platform to put it out there.
It's kind of like a therapy session, but without an actual therapist.
So it's just craziness.
Maybe we'll find a therapist through this podcast.
Yeah, maybe someone in the comments will be like, listen, I know someone great for you guys. You're gonna need some help.
If y'all pay for our therapy, we'll go.
Sure. I don't know of how I feel about that, but free therapy is free therapy.
With the week I've had, I'll take it.
Why do you need free therapy?
We're gonna
Just
skip that conversation.
it's just one of those weeks.
I
Yeah,
feel
maybe
first podcast is not when we get into Mr. Pooh Bear over here.
yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, definitely not. I guess we'll just, establish who we are and how we know each other.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right.
Yeah.
So my name is Ellie. Um, I am part of the PGA Golf Management at FGCU, and I'm currently in Delaware on internship.
Yeah, I'm Victoria. I study entrepreneurship at FGCU, and Ellie and I were random roommates, which means we just ended up in the same room together freshman year.
It's really funny how that started too, because she reached out to me because I thought when I came into the program, I was supposed to be with other PGM kids. And she reached out and I was like, this is a scam. This is some old man trying to like slide into my DMs through
Yeah.
email. And I was just like, I was like, Dad, who is this?
Do you remember what I emailed you or no?
Yes. Yeah, kind of. It was like, oh my God, I am so excited. I can't wait to meet you. A little bit about myself. I've never seen a ghost.
Yeah. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
like
I was like, I've
I
been
was
reading on icebreakers and I've been reading up on icebreakers. Have you ever seen a ghost?
and I read this and I was just like who is this? Like what is happening?
Yeah.
Like this
Who
is
the
some
heck
old
is this?
man trying to trying to start a conversation with me. And then I reached back out and was like, "Hey." I haven't seen a ghost, and then now we're best friends, and it's really, really weird how that all that started.
Yeah, we had a like a weird little meet cute about ghosts. Yeah, I think I don't know, I was nervous to go to college and to meet people, and I felt that I really wanted to create a nice relationship with my roommates. And for whatever reason, I saw that somewhere and felt more comfortable being my fun, awkward self through an email and just being like, "So have you ever seen a ghost? Because I haven't." And I remember I told you the story of like, I think I once thought I had a ghost encounter of like a Yoshi plushie that was on my shelf that
Mhm.
flew like 5 feet across the entire room, which, maybe it slipped off the shelf, but only God knows. And that was a pretty good start to our friendship.
We we got into college, and I think the first day we met after the chaos of moving in.
Yeah.
That's a story for another time. Uh, me, Victoria, and our other roommate Brianna got together, right? We got together and we went and we
Yeah.
did this like really, really fun activity that they were holding for all the freshmen. Do you remember what it was? Because I can't.
Um, are
It
you
was
talking about like the bracelet making and
yes,
so
yes.
funny because I was not there. I I'm glad you have that beautiful memory though, because yeah, which is a story for another time. I came in my freshman year joining a sorority, and I had to go to a sorority event, and you and Brianna went to the
Oh
bracelet
my
making.
God.
I do remember though that you guys brought me back a bunch of crafts to for us to do together, and we did
I
them in our living room.
we did do that. Brianna and I didn't want to be there for very long, so we're like, oh my gosh, we know Victoria loves crafts, and this is
Yeah.
like the day we met. We're like, we know she likes chocolate milk and she likes chicken nuggets. She has to like crafts.
Yeah.
So they had like bracelet making. They had
They're
all
like
sorts of
coasters.
stuff, like coaster making. And there was one other thing that we did. I think it was like they had like little card games for you to take. And all sorts of stuff. So we're just like, we have to go do this back at our place with Victoria. So they were handing out little tote bags too. That's what it was. It was like build your own tote
Yeah.
bag, and you
Mhm.
could like paint on it. And we like stashed and stashed and stashed and just took it back. It was a good start.
Yeah, we had a good start to our friendship, which I'm happy because here we are 3 years later.
Still roommates.
Lucky me.
Oh my God. You love it.
I love you. You know that. It's just, I mean, we wouldn't start this podcast if we didn't have craziness to talk about.
Mm,
And these 3 years have been absolutely insane.
absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. We should talk about why we're naming it the Crazy Nut Podcast.
Oh yeah, I guess it's a good fun one. So if you know me, you may or may not know that I guess for better words, my catchphrase is a nut. I
For
love to,
example, you're such a nut.
yeah,
And
I
in
love to
like
call people nuts.
loving and playful way.
Yeah, to me, it's a compliment. I think that, um, I don't think in any way, shape, or form that I would classify myself as like normal. But honestly, like what even is normal? I always just thought it was funny to like, oh yeah, you're just a crazy little nut, right? And depending on who the person is, I really mean it as a compliment, or it could be an insult, but it really to me is a compliment because I think that if you're in my circle, then you're a crazy nut just like I am, and we're all crazy nuts together. And I actually remember when I told you, I was like, Ellie, it's like you're my crazy nut, and you actually felt so like happy because you knew it was like a compliment.
Hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of my friends who know me well know that that's my thing, and it kind of just felt the right way to turn into the podcast name.
I agree. I agree. For
Yeah.
like a little crazy nut family.
Crazy little nut fam.
Yes. Um, what would be the word for that? You know how there's like two peas in a pod? There's like a what is
Two
it?
nuts in a shell.
It's like a bushel of squirrels. That could be
Uh-huh.
totally wrong. What is like a handful of nuts?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up really quick.
Don't. You shouldn't. That Mm-mm. Please don't. Um, I don't know. I see, I always say, like when I refer to my family, I'll say,
A bunch of nuts.
I'll say we're a whole bunch of nuts, and then I'll say that we're in the same bag of nuts. So I'll be like, oh, you guys are just too crazy. I need to move to a different bag because you're a bunch of nuts.
I like that.
Yeah, just a bunch or a bag of nuts. But please do not look up a handful of nuts. Come back, come back. God, this is why
That
I mean,
reminds me. I saw Okay, so I was in New York City this past weekend. I was there
mhm.
for like 3 days. And on one of the subway signs, it's like an ad for a TV series. And it's about like the like New Jersey basketball team or whatever. And the like sign is like this girl with like really, really long nails, and she's like this, and she's holding two basketballs in her hand. And I forget the name of what it was, but it was like I have to look that up now. Hold on.
Do you ever see?
Um,
Did you ever see that Jersey Mike's ad with Danny DeVito where it just said, "If it ain't Jersey Mike's, it," or it said, "If it ain't," I think it just said, "If it ain't Jersey Mike's, it ain't." And I was always like, what does that even mean? And then they had to change their billboards because the font for the next words was Jersey Mike's, but it was too small that no one could see it when you were driving. So it literally just said, "If it ain't Jersey Mike's, it ain't." It's a great ad.
I'm trying to look this up, and like the words that I'm like putting into the search bar to try and find it.
We're holding two basketballs in
It
her
literally,
hand.
I literally wrote new basketball movie, New Jersey, two balls and ladies.
Well, good luck. Good luck
New
finding that.
Jersey basketball
Yeah.
movie.
I guess while you
On
try to
like
look at that,
HBO.
huh?
I said I thought it was on like HBO or Peacock.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember. HBO.
Well, while you look that up, I'll explain a little bit about this. Yes, so right now we are clearly on a Zoom, and the reason being is because, as mentioned before, we are not in the same state currently. So we're gonna be like this for a little bit. This will be our format until one day
Can we
we'll
watch
be
this?
together. Semi-pro. Is that with who is that?
I'm
Was that
pretty
Will
sure.
Ferrell?
I think so.
I think I've seen that movie. It's pretty good.
Why are their shorts so short?
I think that's the point. I also think it might be the 80s, so that was the thing. And if that wasn't, please don't fact check me.
Don't fact check anything we say on
Just don't.
because it's
None of,
probably wrong and we're living in our own little world.
yeah, none of this is fact. Even the stories we tell you might just
Might
be
not be real.
complete nonsense. Yeah, the truth was I didn't meet Ellie in college. I met her
This
in a
is a
psych
fun
ward.
little game we play later on. It's called Did It Really Happen?
Yeah. Remember when we met in the insane asylum? Love that.
It would feed us little snacks and give us little headphones and we'd listen to music.
I don't think they can give you headphones in a psych ward, you know, because like, yeah.
We might have to cut that out.
Oh, no, because it's a good segue into, okay, I don't know if we should talk about this because it may make us sound a little bit crazy. Um,
We are crazy nuts.
we are crazy nuts, but when we first met, I think within the first week, we were spending every night together just to like talk and get to know one another. And for whatever reason, as college prankers do, someone was hiding a bunch of little babies on our floor. So, like any normal girls, we adopted all of them. And
Lena's like 6.
we
And we
did
were I'll let you tell the story.
we took a lot of them, right? And we needed to find something to do with all of them. So we pulled out our paints and we began painting, and I turned one of them into Frozone, and he lives in our freezer to this day. Because where else would Frozone go? We made a burglar who was coming out of our air vent. He was dangling out. Um, we made one to Jack Jack. I remember that. And
Jack
the other
Jack.
babies, yeah, the other babies just stayed naked. But we wanted to hang one from the ceiling breaking in. And it's surprisingly hard to try to put twine around a child, or not a child,
We're
a
talking like
plastic baby.
the plastic baby's like that big. Like if I had one, I would show you, but I don't. But it's
Yeah,
literally smaller than my finger. And we're trying to tie like twine, not like string, like twine around this child. Baby. Plastic baby. You can't
plastic baby.
see that.
These are plastic children. Yeah, and so what we ended up doing was, how do you say this in a nice way? Making a noose for the plastic babies because the head was the biggest part of the child.
Yeah, you can tie it around anything else. It would just slip through.
Yeah.
Mom just sent me a TikTok.
Your mom?
My mom, who doesn't have TikTok.
Wow. I thought she was reaching out to be like, Ellie, don't talk about this. Yeah, so we put a little noose around the baby and we hung him from our ceiling, and then
Plastic baby.
he got kidnapped eventually our sophomore year, which is very devastating.
Oh,
But Jack Jack we hid in the air vents, and I hope to God he's still there to this day. Did you get distracted by your refrigerator?
I want a dessert and I don't have a dessert.
I thought that was the point of trying to be healthy, that you didn't buy dessert or
Ugh,
anything sweet to have in your house.
I know. But
Like,
usually I have like fruit and I don't even have fruit. I've got like 3 frozen strawberries. My
mhm.
fridge is really depressing. I would show you, but I'm not moving my laptop.
What about those really brown bananas?
I could make a smoothie, I guess, but it's not really what I want.
You can't make smoothies.
I can make smoothies. They're just like really, really fluffy in a really
No, she
weird
can't.
way. They're not like smoothie bowls where they're like nice and thick. They're like weirdly fluffy.
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
I think I put too much protein powder in them.
I don't know. If you ever eat,
I like whip it instead of like blend it.
yeah, if you ever drink one of Ellie's smoothies, you can't actually drink it with a
You have
straw.
to eat it with a
You
spoon.
have to eat it with a spoon. And it's almost, I guess the most comparable is, you ever had like marshmallow fluff? I've never eaten marshmallow fluff, but like the consistency of it, right? It's very
Right.
fluffy and it's very unsettling. This is the
I
right term.
would agree with that. I personally am a fan of marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, but
Which
when
is weird
I,
because if you knew me in high school, I hated marshmallows.
okay, it's a weird fun fact. But the thing is that I wanted a smoothie. I, yeah, marshmallow fluff could be good, but I wanted a smoothie.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You got your smoothie.
I got my
Doesn't
smoothie
mean good smoothie.
and then I had to eat it.
Because I made her.
It was
I
so
was like,
bad.
it's not that bad. Suck it up. Eat it.
Yeah.
These are the bananas in question.
Oh my God.
I've been gone for 3 days.
You've been gone for 3 days? Oh yeah, because you went to New York. I was like, where did you go? New York City.
Put some avocado in there and I'll put some.
Are you legit gonna blend into a microphone? Make up your mind.
Was
What the heck is that?
strawberries.
The three strawberries that you have.
Yeah, I need to get rid of them.
You're so crazy.
Look, I played with my ball marker today and like This used to be like white and now it's like yellow because it's been out in the sun so much. So it's just been like sun bleached and now it's yellow and it says good luck. See?
Yay.
I'm trying to break off the banana. I should honestly like peel them and then cut them and then put them in the freezer.
Why don't you just rip them in half? Oh God. That is disgusting. Do you remember when we tried to break open, I almost said bananas. We didn't try to open bananas. When we tried to open apples with our
The
bare
apples.
hands.
Oh my God.
Did you ever manage to do that? I don't
No.
think you did.
You were trying to, I have an apple by the way.
I also have an apple. I should get one.
We were trying to like break it with just our hands and
Yeah, when you split it in half with your hands. Ellie just ended up bashing with her head and it still didn't work.
and I tried to the middle with my forehead. I think I had a bruise for like a week.
That is so funny.
And I was sober too.
Yeah, we're sober most, like, all the time. Most of our memories were sober together. Actually, I should restate that. All of our memories were sober together.
Except for that
I
one
don't
time
drink.
well, I did. Except for that one time I came home drunk and I was like, oh my God, Brianna, I want to be on your penny
The
board.
skateboard.
And I just went back and forth on the penny board in North
Yeah.
Lake. And it was really fun and I almost fell like 3 times. Now I want to break this and now I can't because I
You gotta put your thumbs and like,
I
yeah, if you can split an apple in half, tell us down below. If you're better than Ellie,
hey,
let us know.
I can rip a date in half.
A date? I've never
Yeah.
had one.
A lot of people like to just eat them. Like, I don't, they're like really, really, really sweet raisins. I just put them in smoothies to make them taste good.
I feel like it would mess up the
They're like,
blades.
no, you take the pit out of it.
That's not what I meant. I meant for like the stickiness of it, like ripping through.
This little pit.
Oh, what was
So
that?
that was my fun little reminder that goes off every hour until I do it. Um, if you don't know me, I have ADHD. Bad. Which is really funny because I think the first thing I ever said to Victoria and Brianna in the same room was like, I have ADHD, by the way. My mom feels like I should tell you that.
Yeah, I met you and you're like,
Right?
"Hi, I'm Ellie. I have ADHD."
She was right. It was a needed factor, or else they would have thought I was, you
I would have figured it out.
um, what was I talking about? Oh, the reminder. So I have this little reminder. So one of my PGA tests, I didn't do very well on. I missed it by like 2. And I have to reschedule it I have to like reschedule a retake,
Yeah.
30 days after the test. And I haven't done it yet, and it's been like 20. I have to do it at least, no, I have to do it after 30 days. So I have to take the test after 30 days of the test. So I want to do it like on the 30-day mark while the stuff is still like kind of fresh. And so I can restudy because once we get past May and into June, the club that I'm working at really picks up and it's going to be really hard for me to take that test. To like find an hour out of the day to like do that. So I'm trying to get it done sooner rather than later. And I have still yet to do it, even though this reminder goes off every hour of every day.
hour.
And it's like this fun little like doo.
Yeah. If you know Ellie, you will know that she has a plethora of alarms and reminders that go off in 5-minute increments.
I also have a really, really hard time waking up in the mornings. So when she says a plethora, I'm talking like 10 at least that go off at different ringtones at different levels of loudness. How would you say that?
Yeah, I guess like levels of
Different
sound.
volumes.
Volumes, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they span from 11, like 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. every 5 minutes. That's how many alarms you have, which is so stressful.
not yeah, but not all of those are playing when I need to wake up. It's like 10 of them are on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so living with me is kind of rough. I'm also I don't like that you laugh so hard at that.
I like how you like mention it. You're like, yeah, so anyway, living with me is rough. I wouldn't have put it in those terms. Living with you is fun. It's just sometimes at 5 a.m. when you need to be somewhere and you can't hear your 12 alarms. It was a little frustrating to bang on your door to wake you up and then find out, which happened to me multiple times. You weren't even there. So I don't even know how how the alarms kept going because
It
then
was
I
either
couldn't.
like my Apple Watch or my iPad that I didn't
Yeah.
bring with me to work that day.
Yeah, and I couldn't even turn them off. And they didn't stop for hours. So I would go in your room to wake you up. You weren't even there. Then I couldn't find what device it was coming from. And I remember once I called you and I was like, please answer the phone. I need you to turn these off.
Did I answer?
Um, Eventually you saw my messages and you turned it off. And it was early. It was 7:30 in the morning. And so, I mean, I guess that's not that early, but when they were going off for an hour before, it's quite early. Yeah. I guess it's like, how long have we been talking?
A while, I feel like.
I have no idea.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, it says 40 minutes. That's how long the Zoom is.
Wow, that's crazy.
Usually it would give us like a timer of when we're getting close to that time. Because that's what timers do.
That is what timers do. They do let you know the time.
I keep forgetting to like fill up my ice tray, so I always have like two.
You should get two ice trays. That way you rotate them. Like one has water, one doesn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd end up having two empty ice trays.
Oh, it says running out of time.
Oh, we have 10 minutes. Look at us go.
That's great because if we weren't put on a timer and we could sit and talk to each other
Close your ears.
forever, close my ears.
Oh, it's not plugged in. All right, close your ears.
Oh God, you're gonna make all of us suffer through this. Why does it sound like that?
Because you're right next to it.
Yeah, but I can't even explain the sound. It's almost like someone's like,
I can't hear you. Oh,
this
I
is
forgot to put protein powder in.
that was quite the sound. I hope it recorded on this how I heard it because that was the weirdest sound I've ever heard. Almost like an alien abduction. That's what you think aliens sound like?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I saw that one movie, and I'm pretty sure it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Abducted. And it's about like this girl who like accidentally like killed her best friend or something, and like everyone in the town hates her. So she doesn't talk. Like only 5 words are said in the entire movie, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time because movies stress me out. So we were watching it, and like the aliens come, and if you haven't seen it, fucking sucks.
Spoiler alerts.
Um, it's been out for a while. Um, what was I saying? Oh,
She killed her best friend. The whole town. The aliens came.
the aliens came,
Yeah.
and they were trying to like abduct her and like everyone else in the town, and like they like saw like into her past, and they like felt for her, And so she ended up living, but everyone else was like, I don't know the word for it. They're not like zombies, but they're like being controlled. So like at this point, the alien
Mind
is like in
controlled?
and like
Probed?
living in the person. So like if I do this, it's not me doing this, it's the alien doing this, and he's like controlling my body.
They were
Like
probed and mind controlled. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not like ear. It's like he's not like controlling me with like a
Yeah, he's like possessed.
yes.
Okay.
And she was the only one in the town at the end of it who wasn't, and she was like living her happy life because at that point no one hated her.
Yeah, because no one controlled themselves anymore. That's pretty crazy.
It is. We'll have to watch it. Actually, I won't watch it again. I don't like scary movies.
I do like scary movies.
Good
But
for you.
movies do stress me out sometimes. TV shows, movies, I will get too stressed and I will have to stop watching it. But horror movies I'm fine with. I don't understand that.
What I just put in my mouth was not very yummy. That's what she said. Those yours.
Oh no. It's a nice little ASMR break.
If you weren't awake, you are now.
It's okay. I have to see if it recorded the way I hear it because you won't believe what it sounds like. I would try to mimic the sound, but I don't really, I don't feel like
That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't want to
Like,
be a straight up fool. It's like,
really?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Apple has that new thing where like if I were to scream into my phone on the phone with you, like my phone would like dim it out to protect the other person's ears. Like that's the thing. We'll have to try it. I'm being dead serious because like sometimes my mom
Yeah.
doesn't know how to use a freaking phone, and she's like, Ellie, and I'm just like, and sometimes my phone will protect me from that.
You know, there's a chance that your mom might listen to this, right?
Yeah, that's fine. She knows
My
all
mom
the time.
also screams into the phone.
My mom, every single, this is really funny. Every time my mom would call me, I'd never pick up. Not because I didn't want to, but because I'd never see it. And like my phone was always in my backpack or whatever. And then she'd text me and she'd be like, Ellie, your phone was made so that we could call you. The only reason you have a phone is so we can call you. And then I'd call her back and she wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mom, the reason I have a phone is so I can call you. And she'd be like,
My brother used to call
picked up
me.
the first time. And I was like, Mom, I was in class.
My brother would call me, and if I didn't answer, he'd leave me a text or a voicemail. It'd be like, "Oh, how could you not answer? I could have been dead. I could be dying, bleeding out right now, and I'm only calling you for help. But I guess I'm gonna die because you didn't answer." Like really just soppy. You're eating it.
I don't have a straw, so I have to eat it with a spoon.
Just drink it. It's in
Actually,
a cup.
no, I can't.
Okay. Yeah, but he would leave
I'm
me
like
those
ADHD
voicemails.
sprinkled with the tism.
Yeah, I think we could tell because I'm trying to talk about a story. And you're eating with the spoon. Yeah, and so now whenever I call him and he doesn't answer, I leave the same voicemail.
It's really sad. You ever see those like videos or those photos where they're like, my grandma passed away, and so I got the last message she ever sent me, like put into a Build-A-Bear. Every time I see those, I cry.
I've never seen those. I thought you were gonna tell me about the ones where it was like, my grandma passed away and she gave me this Ouija board so we can stay in touch. You ever seen those?
Have you ever heard my dad's like leave a message?
Yes.
I'm
It is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And honestly, I don't think we have enough time to play it.
gonna text my dad. Dad, don't pick up. He's 100%. Actually, what if I called his work?
Isn't it? But it's really long, isn't it? In like 2 minutes.
Maybe these earrings I got for my birthday. They're little turtles.
Those are fun.
You know that one sound you probably don't know, you don't watch TikTok. I like quote TikToks. I like speak TikTok. I'm like one of those kids that speak TikTok, unfortunately. I was an iPad kid.
So
He's so gonna
you
pick on me. He's so
no,
mad.
okay, you were just saying something. You said
I don't
you
remember.
don't want TikTok. Okay. I think he's gonna answer.
We'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, we'll listen to it on the next one.
Oh, it's a Barbie movie sound, and one of them's like, are your earrings starfish? And she's like, yeah, they literally give me compliments in my ears. And then the starfish is like, that blue is so lovely. And I think about that every time I see my ears.
The turtle just compliments you. That's funny.
Compliments me in my ears.
So
I
we
would be
have,
Barbie in the Barbie movies, just so you know.
I don't know who I would be. We'll have to come back to that.
Bibble.
A turtle?
Bibble.
I
What's
don't
a
know.
what's a bibble? We're watching all the Barbie movies now. I cannot believe you just said that.
Oh, okay, but we watched a bit of it.
I've never seen a Barbie movie with you.
What are you talking about? We watched the entire series when we were in Brianna's
Oh,
house.
I'm talking about the movies, not the TV.
I have seen some of the movies though, I will admit.
Don't know what a bibble is?
It's like that weird animal. I know that he like flies or something stupid.
I
We have
used to
less than a
have this,
minute.
anyways, I used to have this fun little, I used to got like I had this Barbie toy. I'm trying. I can't. You're stressing me out. Anyways, thanks for watching the Crazy Nut podcast.
Just gives up. Yeah, we will see you next time. This was the Crazy Nut Podcast with your two favorite crazy nuts, Victoria
And Ellie,
and
come back for some more Crazy Nut stories.
yeah, next week.
We love you.